Hello, my name is Jose de la Rosa Rodriguez, and this is my presentation for CS50 Web Programming with Python and JavaScript, Project 3, Mail. So this project has 5 specifications, and I'm going to walk through each one of them and demonstrate my implementation one at a time. Okay, requirement number 1, when a user submits an email composition form, we need to add JavaScript to actually send it. This was done using a post request to the /emails URL, and this say the recipient, the subject, and the body. So once the email is sent and saved, the user's send mailbox should be loaded. So I'm gonna go to my application. I'm logged in as test user number 1. I'm gonna hit compose, and I'm gonna send an email to test user number 2. This is gonna be a live demo, and the body is gonna be some description. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit send. Once I hit send, it takes me to the send mailbox, and you can see here that it saved the sender, the recipient, subject, the timestamp, and actually the body of the email. Okay, so that is requirement number 1. Okay, requirement number 2, when a user visits the inbox, send, mailbox, or archive, the appropriate mailbox should be loaded. This should be done using a GET request, and the most recent email should always be loaded at the top. Also at the top, it should be the name of the mailbox. Each email should be on its own box, and it should display who is from, the subject, and the timestamp. And also the email should be white if it's not been read, and it should be gray if it's been read. So I'm gonna go to my application. This is the inbox, so it shows inbox here. Each email in its own box. If I go to send, it shows send. Each email in its own box. If I go to archive, it shows archive. Each email on their own box, and they all show, the sender, the subject, and also the timestamp. Okay, and when the email has now been read, it shows as white. This is the one that I sent to test user number 2 on the prior demonstration. So if I click on it, and now I have read it, so I go back to the inbox, it is now gray because I have read it. Okay, so that is requirement number 2. Okay, requirement number 3, when a user clicks on an email, the user should be taken to a view where they can see the content of the email. So this is some information how it could be implemented. The information that should be displayed is the sender, the recipient, the subject, a timestamp, and the body. More information on how to implement. And also, once the email has been opened, essentially it should be marked as read. So I'm gonna go back to my application. So I'm gonna click on this demo 2 email. As you can see, it's white right now because it hasn't been read. So I'm gonna click on it. Clicking on it takes me to it. It shows who it's from, who it was to, the subject, timestamp, and a description. Now if I go back to my inbox, this demo 2 is now gray because it has been read. Okay, so that is requirement number 3. Okay, requirement number 4, allow users to archive and unarchive emails that are received. So essentially, when the user is viewing the inbox, the user should be presented with a button that lets them archive the email. When viewing an archive email, the user should be presented with a button that lets them unarchive the email, and this requirement cannot be implemented in the send mailbox. So once the information how to implement it, but then once the email has been archived or unarchived, the user's inbox should be reloaded. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the application. So I'm gonna go to this live demo, and I got the button here to archive it. Once I archive it, takes me back to the inbox. It's no longer there because it's being archived. So if I go to my archive, I can see the live demo is now there. If I click on it, I have an option to unarchive it, and once I unarchive it, it puts it back in the inbox, and if I go to the archive, it's no longer there. Okay, so that is requirement number 4. Okay, requirement number 5, allow users to reply to an email with the reply button that brings up a composition form and pre-fills it with the original email's information. So I'm gonna go to the live demo email that we sent. I click reply, it's pre-filled with information from the prior email. I'm gonna just type test reply, hit send, it loads up my send inbox, and here's the email that I just sent. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Okay, so I logged in as test user number 1, the one that I sent the reply to, and here's the test reply that I sent. Okay, so that is requirement number 5. Thank you.